Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's boardzy, and this is going to be a review of the TJ Exclusives plastic skates. These have been out for a little while. They are obviously made of plastic. They're made in America, and they are made for glass mouse pads. There are a lot of things. I mean, they're usable on cloth, but I would just in no way recommend them. I'll get into that later. But it is $12 for 12 dot skates, so it's $1 a skate. So I would just use them on glass, which is what they are intended for. I don't know what that was. I have installed these on a number of mice from really like the 40-gram weight range, 60-gram weight range, up to 70. And yeah, the initial set I got was purchased with my own money, but then TJ Exclusive saw I got them and they decided to send me a essay of info about the product and a few sets. So I do appreciate that, but this was not intended to be any type of review unit video. I was just interested in these because new skate materials, they generally don't stand the test of time. But yeah, I obviously decided to give these a fair shot, and I think I first want to talk about what these are not, and I'm not sure, I might be like Mandela affecting it, but I thought these were advertised as a like much more controlled option than PTFE, which I just don't find them. So here, obviously, I have the ULX Small with TJ Exclusive skates. I have one with just stock skates, and then I have a Viper Mini Signature with Obsidian dots. I would say, in my experience, there's just no question Obsidian Pros are like much more controlled. I've done most of my testing on the Skypad 4.0. I tested on the Glaze and the Akari, also the Serapad Kin a little bit. It was very slow on the Serapad Kin, but yeah, just the Obsidian Pros, there's much more stopping power. Dynamic friction is higher, initial friction is higher, just all around, it is a more controlled experience with the Obsidian Pro. And compared to PTFE stock skates, I would say, again, the dynamic friction is just a bit lower with the TJ Exclusive skates. Like, they do really have a frictionless glide, but it's just not, I see everybody saying that they're smooth, and I don't know if I'm insane, everybody else is insane, probably not me, but like, you can just hear, this is stock skates, and then the TJ Exclusive skates. They're just a bit like scrapier, a bit louder. And I'm not saying that's bad, but it's just like, it's not smoother. Like, that's not the fucking word I would use. I know some people are going to comment like, oh, you just have to break them in, as if I haven't been using them on this mouse for weeks. And just for the record, this is what an unbroken in set sounds like compared to a Vaxi mouse that is broken in. And yeah, then just finally compared to WL Mouse PTFE dot stock skates, which are just extremely smooth, extremely quiet. That doesn't mean they're better, but yeah, PTFE is going to be softer. So yeah, honestly, on all of these sets I have these installed on, I feel that they pick up the texture of glass pads much more than PTFE. So anybody calling it smoother, it's just like, are they not having that experience? Are they just like categorizing it differently? It's just like the smoothness claims are really the only thing that makes no sense to me. Like, durability, I'm sure that these are very durable. I don't know if anybody's tested them long enough to really claim that they're 15 times more durable than PTFE, but I just kind of enjoy how, like, there's a slight drag with PTFE. Like, when you press in, you can get a little bit more control. It just feels very natural. It's like, you know, PTFE is established as just maybe the best mouse skate material of all time. And yeah, there obviously is the dust issue where there will be scraping, like they won't feel perfectly smooth 100% of the time, and that does seem to be mitigated on the plastic skates, but it's weird. Like, then I'll just have the speck of dust on the actual skate, and then I have to wipe the skate off with microfiber, pretty much the same amount of time I would have to wipe the pad off. So these do come with like pros, cons. I don't think they're bad. I think they are ultimately like similar to PTFE. Like, the friction levels are in the same ballpark. I would say dot skates, dot for dot, this is a bit faster than PTFE. You can kind of like put some extra skates on if you want to get some stability. This just had like a very weird asymmetrical base, and I don't know if the base is perfectly flush either. So I just had to add this extra skate, and yeah, they probably play a bit more controlled with the Incot G Hero than any of my other combos, just because I did add those extra skates. But then you got to think about price wise. Like, do you want to get 3 sets out of your pack, or do you want to get 2 sets? And another thing, and yeah, the backing used is another thing that is just very different. You can see with these PTFE dot skates, they come off just instantly, but with the plastic skates, it is a bit more of a process. Like, you got to really dig in there, hope that you don't accidentally remove the adhesive from the skate. And as you can see, mission mostly successful. I have my TJ Exclusive plastic skate, I'm gonna put that right on my hand. But it seems like they're at least moving on from the adhesive they use. They currently use 3M, and I believe they're switching to Tessa. One time, I did tweet about this. I think I'll throw it up on the screen. One of my skates just came off, and I was wondering why my base felt uneven, but clearly while I was playing at some point, the skate just randomly fell off. I think I applied it correctly, but yeah, I mean, I've seen a few other reports of that. So yeah, when you really think about it, compared to just standard PTFE dots, the plastics are going to be more expensive, a bit more of a hassle. Like, you gotta be more careful. They have a more significant break-in period. So that's why I really just think about them as another skate option. Like, if you want low initial friction, very low dynamic friction on a glass pad, I think these are a good option for you. Similar to how if you want like extreme control, I think Core Pad Controls or Obsidian Pros are a good option for you. But I genuinely feel that for most people, PTFE is just a more standard, safer experience, and there was just never a moment where I was like, wow, I get it, these perform way better than PTFE. And obviously that is just my personal preference, my experience. If you love these way more than PTFE on glass, God bless you. But I mean, I just don't want to like overhype these, make it seem like you got to pay $1 per skate to have the best gaming experience, when in reality, I think most PTFE stock skates on glass will do you just fine and offer more control if that's what you're looking for. But obviously, having more options is obviously good. When I first tried these, they just reminded me of like an improvement on the concept of sapphire skates. Like, I do think these are better than most exotic material mouse skates out there. I'd recommend these over glass skates just because those like permaflop. But yeah, just standard PTFE is hard to beat. Once you have these like pad skate designs, I'm taking stubby FPS's lingo, I would say once again, this just feels way smoother, quieter, more controlled compared to the TJ Exclusives dots. And yeah, that covers the glass pad portion of the video. And like I said, most of my testing was on the SkyPad 4.0, so it could vary between pads. But yeah, on cloth pads, I would just straight up say no. I mean, it's obviously your money, your choice, do whatever you want, but you can just see how like intense the stopping power is. If you're on an Artisan Soft or X-Soft, anything with a lot of like plushiness, these are obviously a hard material. They're dots, they just dig in. They just don't feel good. On like smooth cloth control pads, they pick up a lot of the texture really regardless. This is most obvious on something like a Hien, where it's just like super scratchy, but you still have that really high level of stopping power. You can see this compared to like normal stock skates. Hold on, I'll do like a little spin test with the TJ Exclusives as well. And yeah, these are just, they're just not right for cloth. If you're getting these, like, get them for glass. You can use them on cloth if you like just don't trust my words and you need to be proven by your own experience. I mean, and yeah, as you can see with the XES, I mean, it's just like, just not a lot of glide, even on a faster pad like the Hien. So yeah, that's going to be all for my take on these TJ Exclusives plastic skates. They did not blow me away. They did not turn me away from PTFE, but I do think that these are a good option for glass pad users, no doubt. And if it's something you're interested in, you want the enhanced durability, I would say go for it. And the fact that these are truly like machined, made in America, that is dope. But yeah, I'm not going to lie, they just did not change the way I view mouse skates. Rex, what do you think? Oh, my dog won't look at the camera, but I'm sure he likes the mouse skates as well. Yeah, that's going to be all for this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Peace out. So that's really going to be all for this video on the TJ Exclusives plastic. Oh my god.